What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be going over how to fix a common problem on these L5P trucks that I talk about all the time but I never made a video about, and that is injector pigtails. So today we're going to be going over how to install one of those. Now this should be a really easy job depending on what side you get. So you get a 1, 3, 5, or 7 pigtail that you need to replace. That side, the passenger side, is super easy. Say you get a 2, 4, 6, or 8, which is the driver's side. It's a little bit more involving, but luckily for you guys, I'm going to be doing the harder side today, which is the driver's side. We're replacing a number 4 pigtail. Now, I'm going to talk about this a little bit later in the video, but say you ever get an injector code, 99% of the time it comes back to the injector pigtail. Don't replace the injector. Start with the easiest thing first, which is the pigtail. Like I said, 99% of the time it comes back to be a pigtail issue. On the older, LLY trucks and LBZ trucks, they use brass tips for the pigtails. On the newer L5Ps, I guess they went a cheaper route and they don't use those anymore, and that's why you start to see more and more injector pigtail problems and injector codes. So without further ado, let's dive into this and we'll work on getting this injector replaced, or injector pigtail replaced. We got the codes up here in HP tuners, and as you can see right here, cylinder 4 injection timing. So that's why the check engine light's on and its engine power reduced, the whole truck's shaking. Normally when the truck shakes, or usually anytime in general, you get an injector timing code or anything along those lines, it narrows back down to the pigtail. So let's work on getting everything out of the way and getting this pigtail installed. Okay, so since we're replacing pigtail number 4, it's the second one back on the driver's side. So the passenger side is 1, 3, 5, 7. This side's 2, 4, 6, 8. So we're gonna work on getting the hot side pipe taken off and that heat shield down in there. So right when we get rid of that heat shield there, that will expose everything. So let's work on getting this off. Alright, so the driver's side is a lot more involving than doing the passenger side. You gotta remove the hot side, then also too, you gotta disconnect the fuel lines coming in. So the bigger line, the feed line, is 1/2 inch. So you're gonna need a fuel line quick disconnect tool set for that. And the other line is 3/8. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the second line disconnected. As you see, I already got the first line off. So this is like a cheap little set from Harbor Freight. It's nothing crazy. It's metal and it's a lot easier to use. It's better than those cheap little plastic ones. So let's keep chugging away here and we'll get this heat shield off, and that will expose all our wiring. Now that we got the 2 fuel lines taken off, there's 2 10 mils deep down in here. We're gonna loosen these 2 10 mils and then this whole cover should pop right off. Okay, so now that we got the cover pulled off, we got injector number 2. That's 4 right there, the one we're working on. 6. Then 8's buried all the way back there. So kind of an easier one to get at. So we're going to very carefully open this up, get this existing wire cut off, and we'll start working on getting a new one wired in. Took my wire cutters right here and I cut the old pigtail out. What I like to do is cut it as close as possible to the connector because there's not a lot of wire down in there to be playing around with. This is the new updated part number from GM, in case you guys are looking right there. And this is the connector here. Comes with everything that you need to get it installed. So we're gonna go ahead and get these on, heat shrunk down, all that good stuff. They give you a lot of extra wire, which is nice. So let's go ahead and start working on getting this installed. Alright, so for whatever reason, GM gives you a lot of extra wire on that pigtail. I like to cut about that much off. Probably could have went even a little bit shorter, but as you can see, got a new pigtail installed. Took my wire crimps and just went to the blue line right there, crushed it together. Took my heat gun and then just heated it up to get a watertight seal. So now we're gonna go ahead, tuck this back down, get the heat shield over here back on, get everything reassembled, then we'll start the truck up and see if that took care of our problem. Got the codes pulled back up, and as you can see, they're all gone from here. This is permanent, so that's nothing to worry about. So the misfire code is now gone. And the good part is that little pigtails will end up saving you a lot of money because a lot of people are so fast to just go ahead and replace the injector. When that's not the case, you end up replacing the injector and the pigtail's still bad, which will cause all these problems. So at the end of the day, that cheap little fix is the solution to a problem like this. And these trucks are known for 2 things, the L5Ps: glow plugs and injector pigtails. So don't mind the snow falling off the truck, but other than that, that's fixed all our problems. Alright, so that's about it for this video, guys. Like I said, the driver's side is a little bit more involving, but luckily for you guys, I went over how to take the fuel lines off in case you ever run into that issue. If you ever have one on the passenger side that needs to be replaced, you just pop that heat shield off. It's right there. You don't have to worry about disconnecting any fuel lines or anything of the sorts. And 2, like I said, the pigtail is the problem 99% of the time. And in this case, again, we got the injector code that came up when you replace the pigtail and it solved the problem. So if you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. If you like this video, be sure to leave it a big thumbs up. Stay tuned in next week, but until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Stop this conversation. We got no